Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my May wrap-up and my June TBR. So for the month of May, I read 7 novels and 5 graphic novels, so let's just get started. The first book that I read in May is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, and I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. It is a very gripping story. It kind of is based around suicide, so it is a bit depressing, but I really enjoyed this book. Then I picked up The Walking Dead Volume 8, Made to Suffer, and of course I gave this 5 out of 5 stars because I absolutely adore these graphic novels. Then I received Broken Promise by Linwood Barclay in the mail. This is an ARC and it doesn't come out until July 28th. I received this from a giveaway. I absolutely loved this book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, as you guys probably already are aware because he is my favorite author. I have a video review for this book and I also have a written review, so I will link both of those down below in case you're interested. Then I decided to pick up something a little bit lighter, and this is the Powerpuff Girls Classics Power Party. This is volume 1. I actually bought this a long time ago, so I'm not sure if they're going to keep going with it or not. I did really enjoy it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It brought back a lot of memories because I used to watch this show as a kid, and the illustrations are pretty much identical to what the show looked like, so I really liked it. It was a very quick and fun read. Then I picked up Chew Volume 2, International Flavor, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. This is about a detective who has the ability to get psychic impressions from things that he eats. So it's a pretty interesting graphic novel. I've never seen anything like it before, and the first one I really enjoyed. This one was not as good to me as the first one, but still I really liked it, and the illustrations are pretty awesome in this. I think that it looks pretty cool, and I highly recommend these. Then I decided to pick up this short little book, The Titanic Sinks by Thomas Conklin, and it's very short. It's a fictional book, but it's based on, obviously, the Titanic, and it was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. It has a lot of characters, but obviously no character development considering how short this book is, and the font is kind of large. As you guys probably know, I'm a big fan of the Titanic, and so I wanted to check this out since it was just a little light read. It was okay. So if you're interested in the Titanic, you might enjoy this, but since it is a fiction, I didn't get as much enjoyment from it as I think I would have from a nonfiction. Then I decided to pick up The Girl in the Train by Paula Hawkins. I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars. A lot of people were relating it to Gone Girl, but I honestly don't see how those two are comparable to each other. This one, the characters were just whiny, and the women were not very independent, and I couldn't relate to them because some of the things that happened were like obvious. I didn't understand why they did the things that they did and why they let someone get away with the things they got away with. So, you know, that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people like this book, but the female characters in this book were just a little bit hard for me to deal with. So 3 out of 5 for me. After that, I decided to pick up Volume 9 of The Walking Dead, which is Here We Remain. Loved it, and also a 5 out of 5 stars for this. I think all of these graphic novels are going to be 5 stars for me. Then I did a buddy read with Keely over at A Bibliophile's Journey. I will link her channel in the description below. Definitely check her out. We read The Zodiac Legacy by Stan Lee, Stuart Moore, and Andy Tong, and this is the first book. I think it's the Convergence series. I'm not sure how many books are going to be in it. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's a middle grade. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought that I would. There were a lot of errors in like the editing, and the way that it was written was kind of repetitive, so some of that kind of irritated me a little bit, and sometimes the story would be a bit confusing and hard to follow. The concept of the story itself is good, so I think that that's, you know, they could work with that, but I think that the editing and the way that it was written could have been done a little bit better, so just this one was just an okay read for me. Then I picked up Chew Volume 3, which is Just Desserts, and I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it so much more than the second volume. Then I received I Hate My Selfie by Shane Dawson on NetGalley and decided to read that one, and I really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I do watch his videos on YouTube and I really like his personality. Some of the stuff in the book I didn't quite like because he is sometimes a bit too sarcastic and it's hard to tell when he's being honest or when he's just being a smartass basically. But I did do a written review, so I will link it down below if you would like to check it out. And the last one that I picked up for the month was When You Reach Me by Rebecca Stead, and this is the traveling book started by Akos. I will link her channel down below. I liked this book. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a middle grade book and I found it to be quite enjoyable. It's very different from what I typically read and everything kind of came together very nicely at the end, so I really liked it. And I don't have it because I actually just mailed it off to Rachel over at Awaken Reading, and I will also link her channel down below. Lots of links and things today. So those are all of the books that I read in May, so let's move on to my TBR for June. The first book that I'm currently working on is Shutter by Courtney Alameda, and I don't have the dust jacket because I take them off when I read books, but I am currently on page 238, so hopefully I will finish this one very soon, and so far I'm loving it. Then I'm starting a buddy read with Keely, and we are going to be reading Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I've been very intrigued by this series, and I have the first 3 books. I think those are the only ones out right now, and I really want to get into it and see how I like it. We're planning on reading about 5 chapters a day, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be reading a lot more than that. Then I'm also going to be doing a buddy read with Tiffany over at The Crafty Home. I will link her channel down below, and we will be reading Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. This one's kind of a beast, and I'm not sure what our page goal is for the day yet, but I am definitely looking forward to picking this one up. And lastly, I plan to read I'll Meet You There by Heather Demetrios. I had this on my TBR last month, but I didn't get around to it, so I'm hoping to get to it this month. So those are all the books that I plan to read for June. I'm not gonna map out the other books that I'm going to read because I've got a lot of NetGalley books and a couple of ARCs, and I'm not sure what my mood is gonna be, so I kind of want to leave it open. So it depends on how my mood is as to what books I decide to read in June, but we'll see. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what books you're reading this month and what books you read in May. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.